You mentioned more pressure onto Sebas. I'm also looking over to Oscar on the Broodmother, because we've seen the Broods kind of... Oscar's kind of assuming that for the first couple of waves, he's going to be okay and not deal with much pressure.
Well, see how this plays out on the runes. A little bit more skirmishing this time around as Oscar is trying to snipe it out and does get it, but well, he's going to eat some damage. And Genic skills it up. A few more right clicks, no kill, but again, the guy with the...
There's very little in the way of sort of lockdown to work.
Yeah, it's one of those number lanes where Slayton is just going to hope that his hero is good enough at trading. Unfortunately, he's playing versus a Disruptor, which has kind of always been the king of trades. So finding what he actually does in this lane is kind of difficult because even versus the TA, Zeus is not really known to be great versus TA. He's going to snipe the range creep out, which is quite nice, and that might honestly just be Slayton's job, full stop, and even gets the TP force out of him.
First blood does go down in the bottom lane. Frank getting punished up. Kataro goes for the unstable concoction at level 1, so...
It is still an Enigma lane. So he still gets the wave all the way back. There is some creep kind of shenanigans going on right now. He's just making sure that the waves don't go in. And then the trade happens top because I think top is pretty much unlaneable for Slayton. There's just not much he can do. I don't think there really is anything aside from nuking the range creeps.
Unless he's getting a level advantage, and that's probably not going to happen, especially with Frank now getting hit up. Genic has to charge in, just hoping to defend. Unstable Concoction, though, did still go off, so Frank gets stunned up. He is going to be able to fall back, but with the Liquid Fire on him and now the Dual Breath, he may still die. Whereas Kataro is going to survive. Trample at level 1 is not enough damage to get the job done.
Real great answer versus the Primal Beast, but I have to see now. Because Enigma things are still happening. You're still losing out on your range creeps pretty consistently, and under the wave,
Wow.
well, there you go.
Adu gets taken down. Kataro, he's able to get off the concoction. That's nice, but he's got to just kind of dodge right now. Genic is hunting. Kataro trying to cut his way through the trees, do a little dancing, but he's trapped. Doesn't have anywhere left to go. Doesn't have any mana to fight with. He's just trying to find some safe passage, and they actually haven't finished him yet. Final Eidolon hit was not enough. Genic will finally get the job done. The kill does go their way. Katyu TP's back in, however, and he did his best, but there's only so much damage that Jakiro can do. The Enigma walks away. On the other side of the map, though, Slayton gets himself a little bit of revenge, taking down Prada, and...
No, you're very satisfied with that. I think, honestly, all that comes down to bottom is just over-pulling a little bit there in the small camp and then getting punished for it, but where I'm looking top as well, Prada and Slayton, and I think Prada definitely oversteps here, and I think he's just dead again.
Yep.
Ugh.
Oscar will take him down. Parker now, maybe in need of some backup.
Baiting.
Connect,
Yeah, baiting super hard.
Parker, you still got to play it kind of carefully here. Oscar could have taken him down, but the bait is good. Look at the snowball in. Leo Style says, hey. What? Okay, Oscar, that's not how that works. It's kind of glitching out there, trying to get the pathing, but he's still trapped. Not able to get himself out. Parker's the one to find the kill there too, ET, so 2-0 start for the Templar Assassin. A very timely rotation from your Tusk, and
a haste rune or a DD would certainly help, and there is a haste top, but two heroes there to take it, and now Genic. Dangerous man, but...
Yeah. Does drop the arena down. Spear stun will be there. Sebas had to fake it out like 3 or 4 times just because the hasted Primal Beast is kind of a tough target, but there is the benefit of having the Prada Disruptor, right? The range support's always that little bit better and more efficient in terms of the stacking game, so... As you said, Parker will be able to pick up some nice last hits. He does have to wait for his courier to respawn, because it was sniped out a little while back as Katyu gets himself picked off in the bottom lane. Frank did not have to use the black hole for that. It's just a charge in from Genic that kind of helps him get the job done, and they can maybe start to take control of that bottom lane. Right on cue, there's the snowball, just as the Chemical Rage was wearing off, actually, so Guitaro is very vulnerable, and they'll take him down.
That was way too well timed. That was just a perfect 3-man collapse, followed up by, well, an arena on the Genic. You know, poor man, loses it out on the rune though. But during all that, Parker just got a solo kill on the Zeus, who just walked on, I think.
This is what you were mentioning before, that the game might slow down a little bit, and both sides, I think, are maybe slightly okay with that. But if the opportunities are going to just be presented to them like this, well, take them. Leo Style rotates bottom. They get another kill onto Katyu. Leo Style might get punished now, though. Spear will connect. Sladen's here for the follow-up damage. Kataro comes in with the unstable concoction, but the snowball... It bought some time, but Leo Style should still be dead. Kataro's going to get the last hit, and see who's willing to take a risk. We'll see who plays defensively. We'll see if Kataro does something other than farm the jungle. I highly doubt that that will be the case, as Leo Style rotates mid. He and Prada able to just bully up onto Sladen. Brood Mother, she's always going to have a presence there, as those shards do snipe out a couple of spiders, I guess, but Leo Style kind of knowing there isn't really much of a play there. The play is mid. They're going to jump in onto Sebas. The black hole is going to go down. Prada coming in. Static Storm being deployed. They do get the kinetic just in time as well, actually. I thought Sebas might have been able to walk out, but they will find it. They use a lot for that kill ET, but it does get them onto the tier 1, and oh, that's one solution, right? How do you deal with the Mars protecting middle lane with his arena? Oh, just kill him before he throws it down.
Yeah, and that absolutely caught him off guard, and more. Another free kill. They walk onto the stack as well, and well, Kataro's here. So much damage.
Genic does still go down, and Katyu actually died to neutrals. Okay.
And the
all of a
Brood.
sudden, yeah, this is starting to turn. Genic dead, Prada gone. Leo Style, no snowball for 5, so he is just going to die here. And they caught the spear onto Frank as well, so the Enigma doesn't have a way out. That pig pull is wildly optimistic. No way in hell that he's getting out of that one, and the man knows how to play a mean support game. As Leo Style is getting jumped in on here, look at the TPs, though. They are not going to let this one fly. They are turning the fight immediately. Static Storm is in onto Sebas. They've got him locked in place. Genic charges his way forward. Sebas will go down. Now the snowball is going to pull them onto Katyu, and they also got the glimpse onto Oscar. They pull him back. The pulverize is going to be there. They immediately shift targets. Oh, okay, maybe not immediately. Half the team goes after one, half the team goes after the other, but it's fine. They get both kills, and they turn the fight.
Yeah, and now this is a free Roche. Well, sucks to be infamous, because, yeah, there's nothing you can do now. You got the tag team, you've got the Deso. Don't have any Eidolons, unfortunately, but it's not going to matter, because this is just absolutely free. And that is that big, messy fight we were talking about before in draft, where you stick around too long, you show your head. Oscar thought he was fine, and then you get glimpsed back. And then you're dead, then you feed away your kills. What feels like a 20-second advantage is now the first Roche, and the most important thing for this TA is getting those later Roches going.
Do not think he's really going to have the money to build anything like a lens. If he does find money, he's probably going straight after something like an Angular Scepter, but he has been making the plays here as Genic. Yeah, okay, he is going to go down. He was just trying to find a little bit of extra farm, working towards a BKB. Gonna get taken down, but overall, he's not really worth a crazy amount, so losing him is not that big a deal. Leo Style, however, he's got to be careful. He's got to try and find some way out of this one, but he is pretty damn fast, and that spear actually kind of pushes him to safety.
Yeah, it kind of threads the needle there, but Blink Dagger's done, so something to look for, perhaps. And Katyu is in a wild spot, placing a wild ward. Does see Leo Style, though. Sees the Tusk running away, and they want to make a play for this mid tower. A very healthy mid tower, though, which is kind of unfortunate. We haven't seen that same dedicated level of chip damage that we saw Divide do earlier. Oscar's really been prioritizing his own farm as opposed to whittling down a lot of these other objectives. Even though they see the Disruptor. Oh, they jumped, though.
Okay. Kataro got hit up for a moment, but there's no backup now for Leo Style because Prada did get jumped in on. Genic's gonna still try to charge. I don't know about this. The spiders are in now. Kataro is not gonna be taken down easily. He's actually turning back around. Unstable concoction thrown out. Genic will get stunned, but it feels like at this point Infamous are starting to get pushed back a little bit. Retreating to the high ground. Parker's coming in. Charge from Genic, connecting onto Kataro. Chemical Rage running out of duration. This is still not an easy fight, though. Parker is pretty big, but he's already lost his refraction. Black hole. Let's not talk about that one. Black hole was used, but we'll just gloss over it for the moment because Kataro is going to go right back in onto the TA. They burned through the first life. The second life is just gone in a flash, and I'm not 100% sure how that all goes wrong, but
Leo Style was trying to make these plays, but without the Deso build and just with the Blink Dagger, it feels like he's very damage limited. I think Oscar will get punished and will get taken out, but that doesn't change the fact that you lost your Aegis, you lost the previous fight. It does make it feel a little bit better, but at the same time, they have to be careful. They can't afford to just let themselves get torn apart like that. And I think that's a problem that will get fixed with Parker's Blink Dagger. He actually has it on him now. He didn't have it. It was in the well before, but they just need to jump simultaneously, and then that previous fight never happens again.
Right. Avoidable pretty much every time if you're Infinity. So they're probably not going to overreact. They're just going to group up, go on to Sebas. And Parker just reminds him of the damage output that he has at his disposal. Gets a couple of extra points of damage on the Deso while he's at it, so...
But smoke up. Looking for a kill with the Mars. They just want a nice clean pick.
This is not looking super clean, but they don't really have much of a choice. They've got to go. Prada is going to be hit up. Glimpse is going to buy him some time. Sebas still finds the kill, though. All four simultaneously, but does seem to be angling in that direction. Genic, I believe they know you're there.
Yeah.
It is very hard for a Primal Beast to do anything even remotely approaching stealth. It's just not his forte. I mean, Halberd onto TA, she quite literally doesn't do anything for a few seconds, and that could make the difference. Hello, Kataro. Welcome to the fight. Not sure he wanted to be here. Not sure he has a choice. He is just going to try and fight his way through this. BKB popped. Chemical Rage gone. Or not gone, going rather. But he is somehow making it out of here. Parker is the one who now has to TP away. And, well, Infamous feel like they have an opening. Oscar is going to be able to find a kill onto Frank. They want to chase after more, though. They see Leo Style. They don't get off the stun, though, as the snowball does prevent it. But Leo Style really has no way out of here. He rolls into the ice path. They will be able to take him down. Meanwhile, in the river, Sebas still trying to deal with Genic. He juked him. No, he didn't. Okay. it was worth a try. Sebas goes for the tip afterwards. Almost worked. Almost bought him the time to TP, but at the end of the day, Infamous will win the fight.
Yeah, in complete role reversal, because now you're actually going to lose this second Roche, which is huge, honestly, for Infamous. It just gives them that much more agency. I don't know who takes it, the Shard, honestly, because I feel like Kataro is probably the best one here, just having a Dispel, but we'll have to see what they actually think. I think Sebas's is probably the best on paper, but, you know, it usually depends who wants it. But getting the Black Hole canceled is really, I think, the big thing that blew that open. Cat-Yu was just in the perfect position, just knew where to be, and it actually got canceled. At first,
can't see it, you get rooted. Take damage, especially if you're the supports. You just kind of get melted a little bit, and then there could be more spiders on your ass in the next couple of seconds.
And now, well, Tier 3's dying. There's two heroes still not back in the base. The TPs are going to go through now, but Tier 3's gone. The punch. Kataro still has the Chem Rage, and, well, he's just doing the permanent damage.
Yeah, defensive snowball's going to buy a little bit of time, and Kataro should lose his first life here. They pop the Pulverize. They actually haven't taken him down. Instead, it's Frank and Prada who will fall instead, and this is not ideal. Parker is now into the fight finally, but he's going to get stunned up immediately. Ice Path forces out his BKB, but he got disarmed first, so he's got to use most of his BKB time just waiting for the disarm to end, and his teammates, well, they're not really doing so hot here. Genic gets taken down. No buyback available on the Primal Beast. Bottom lane will fall in its entirety. Infamous, yeah, they could just swing for two. If you're not going to buy back, these death timers are not cooperating with the Infinity side, so we're going to give it another go.
Without BKBs, though, I don't know how you approach this. You would need to get your Enigma somehow into this fight, and, well, he's TPing in right now. It's not like he has a Blink Dagger, not like he has a BKB. He can't exactly stick it unless he finds his way onto the Jakiro, and well, still with the Aegis for another minute 30. There's no BKB, but he feels confident. This is going to start to become a little bit of a waste, though. Backdoor is up, and okay, they're getting punished.
Sebas gets blown up. Genic comes in. Does he have Pulverize? Well, he was trying, but he gets stunned up first. Abyssal Blade locks him down. Kataro may still lose the first life, though. Pulverize is going to catch him. Somehow, they still haven't killed. Kataro finally goes down, but it's only his first life. Can they do it again? Especially with Parker now in trouble. No BKB for 14 seconds. Leo Style blinks in, goes for the Walrus Punch, though. That's going to keep Oscar off his back, and now they start to turn, looking for the damage. Get a bash of their own in. Actually, not the bash, it's the Malefice that does the job, but they still don't want to go all the way forward, knowing if we overextend here, if we die here, our buybacks are so limited.
he gets a BKB. All he has to be afraid of is the Abyssal Blade on Kataro. And Kataro is still not buying a Blink Dagger, which is really funny because I feel like that'd make his life a lot easier, but he's still heavily relying in on Sebas's initiation. And mid, well, they're finding the exact picks they need. Oscar is going to get slammed. Going to break the slam with the glimpse. Hopefully not a mistake, but no, that's a free kill. Parker gets it too.
Oh, man. You never know at this point. Pulverize has gone off like 3 or 4 times, and
Yeah, I think the main reason he does it is because he is completely alone bottom. He is just Mr. D push boy right now. He does have a TP to that top outpost, so he can get there, but the kickback and Cat well, slow death, but the reveal from Leo style just showing that, yeah, we're here, we can kill you. And now with the support dead, okay, they're gonna go for a smoke, and that smoke was sadly scouted out by the observer ward, but they can just march up to the high ground here and then get that D ward going and then immediately get this control right before Roche happens.
Kataro kicked back.
Uh-oh.
Force to pop the BKB, force to pop the Chemical Rage, but look at Frank, he's waiting for his moment. Still doesn't have a Blink Dagger, but he does at least have the BKB, but they may not even need it. They just take Kataro down, his teammates don't come in time, and now Oscar, where are you going? He's got the Malefice on him, he's going to get glimpsed back in as well. They're going to catch him in the kinetic field, they're hitting him up with the damage, they're going to kick him now out of the kinetic field, but they still managed to track down the kill, and they want even more. They've spotted the supports. Cat and Sladen off to the side in the east. Sladen is going to get jumped in on first. Prada very nearly finished off by that Arc Lightning, but it's not going to be enough, and Cat actually bought back, so this is going to be even more awkward for him. It's a dieback for the Jakiro, and if you're Infamous, there is one saving grace here, ET, and that's that the Roche timer still has about 45 seconds on it, so... Swift Blink finished off with a TA. Normal Blink picked up by Frank, so the Black Hole suddenly becomes a much bigger threat. There's going to be another scouting ult out from Sladen that will confirm that Roche is happening, but they won't get here in time. Roshan already taken, BKB forced out of Sebas, and now Genic actually pushes in. The Black Hole from Frank is going to come through. They catch out 3. Is there any cancel whatsoever? No, there is not. Sladen's already dead. Taro dropping low. They're going to finish him off as well, and now they turn their attention to the Spider. Oscar trying to scurry away, but he's glimpsed back in, taken down, and... well... that is the exact scenario that if you're Infamous, you were really hoping to avoid. Instead, they just walk right into it, and now Sebas, he's got a TP home. Can he make it out? Oh, never mind. Pulverize wasn't back up there for another second, so he was fine, but his base, that's a bit of a different story.
No, they're just going to push in. They're going to make sure they've got that route onto the tier 2 top, so Backdoor will not only not kick in, but don't even have to worry about not being able to get Megas here, but they got everything they wanted. They just tried to push themselves too hard, and maybe if Cat U's alive, that fight doesn't look quite so bad, but that was also Genic just getting 3 heroes with the charge. That was just insane from him, and now, well, there's no reason for us to leave here. They might end up going top just to clear out that tier 2 to, again, not have to worry about having to kind of go back and forth too much here, but it's also where they still have to be cautious, though. They could throw this away. They don't have Black Hole. Their BKBs are still cooling down. This would be a moment to throw if they just give a fight kind of on a silver platter here for Infamous, but...
we have the advantage. This is not an unthrowable game. Let's not do anything too crazy, although Genic, well, he decides he wants to go in, and he does set up onto Katyu. Boy, this has not been a fun time for the Jakiro. 1, 8, and 15 is still a respectable stat line, obviously, but... check and D-ward vision coming out from the Infinity side, but as you say, they're playing blind. Just because your opponents can't see into your base doesn't make it any easier for you to try and make an initiation happen either, as they do get the kickback in the top lane. Sladen just entirely caught a little bit too far forward. But he does have buyback, however, on the Zeus, so if he is needed, he can get back in. The Thunder God's Wrath was not used, so they do have it. They are going to look for something here. They've caught Genic with the spear. Where's the follow-up? They don't really have anyone out here in time, and he just charged into Spinner Snare. That's an interesting interaction. Does he get away, though? No, he does not. Spawn Spiderlings gets the kill, but there's the kickback again. They've caught Kataro. They're going to get him with the Black Hole, pulling him in. They're going to be able to take him down right away, and there's no buyback on the Alchemist. That may just be their path in to try and end this game. Buyback came through from Sladen, so at least the Zeus is back in here with whatever damage he can apply, but the cores are just getting bullied. Kickback onto Oscar, pushing the Broodmother out of her own base. The rest of the team desperately trying to hold the line, but I don't know. They're not really getting too much. They were at least able to isolate and finish off Leo style, but Oscar still falls. Sebas is now in trouble. He's going to lose his BKB in a few seconds, and I'm not sure that he's enough. Oscar, though, does buy back, so... well, your Broodmother's back in, and ET, I don't know, Infinity are showing
See you later, nerds.
a nice bit of restraint here. They don't go chasing into the fountain. They fall back, they regroup, they take the racks. They're going to get the megas. Because if they pushed forward, I don't know, maybe things get a little bit crazy there. But instead, they stay disciplined, and now this one's going to be pretty damn hard for them to blow. Unless Parker... Wow, never mind. Parker's the one doing the bullying. Jesus. Just absolutely annihilate Sebas. There's a buyback available on the Mars. Will he use it? He may not have a choice here because his teammates, they're just getting really pushed around. Sladen's at least able to survive. Pulverize does not get the kill, but Oscar's the one who falls, and well, Oscar's the one who had already used his buyback. Oh, Parker. Parker, that's a problem. That is...
Huh.
Well... That just kind of falls into Infamous's lap there. It will put a stop to the push finally. A lot of damage gets done, but...
He's working on the waves, still doing his due diligence on the TA. He actually can't be with his team right now. If a fight did break out, the closest trap he has to them currently is just at that top wave. So we've got an awkward situation here, and well, yeah.
Yeah, they make the jump in. Leo Style gets caught in the arena. This is starting to get a little bit more and more concerning. He does have buyback, and they did just take the outpost, so if it does come down to another fight, he can buy back and presumably, yeah, he's holding a TP scroll. What? Okay, Sebas. I like the instincts, just not quite the timing, but oh, Parker! They caught him. The macro pyre is there. It's an upgraded one as well, so Parker just has to try and get away. He is going to be able to use that projection to get out, but while he was making his escape, Kataro found another kill onto Genic, so...
Reset, you don't have Glyph. So this is going to be your Mithrax, probably just straight up going down here. And sure, up on the high ground, and that's an Ag Static Storm, but no follow-up whatsoever. And there's the BKB, there's the black hole.
Look at the damage, though. They're just going to melt through him. Okay. Prada basically acting as the bait, faking him out, making him think they were safe. Instead, they pull the trigger on the trap, and... Okay. Who takes what here? There's an Ags available, but Parker's got his, Prada's got one.
Probably Primal.
Let's see. Style takes the Aegis as well as the Refresher. Genic is going to grab...
And here we go. On the wave. Still radio silence, and Rock won't connect, so the waiting game persists.
Parker just got glimpsed, or not glimpsed back, rather speared back. This is, oh my god, this is just bad. They lose him right away. Did he BKB? No, he did not. He thought the Lincolns would be enough, but they popped it quickly. They find the kill. Frank now gets rooted. He's going to be forced to activate his BKB, and...
You get a flash of vision from the creep waves, and then maybe Leo Style feels more comfortable making that initiation, but just sucks that the TA had to die before that call would be made here. So Leo Style, where are you going?
Okay.
Out.
They did kick Sebas out. He's holding that cheese, though, so this is... I don't know what this is. This is getting a little bit weird. Static Storm, though, deployed to the east. Frank, though, is getting bashed up. Can he get some sort of black hole playoff? Yes, he can. Black hole coming through. Kataro's going to get caught, but he does have an Aeon Disc. That's going to keep him alive, but second black hole going to come in. They can't cancel that one either. Kataro, though, still not dead yet. They have to finish him off, but they can't actually do it. Genic and Frank will fall. The Aegis is lost. Kataro is still not dead. He's past the cheese. He'll eat it now. Leo Style in trouble, trying to do something with the snowball. Parker, meanwhile, getting involved in this fight, trying to push their way forward. They have to kill this Alchemist. They will finally do it, but he immediately buys back. Spear onto Parker, locks him down. They're going to drop the Nimbus on top of him as well. But the snowball, some room to breathe, maybe. Parker's still in some trouble, though, trying to get himself out. Can he somehow survive? Another snowball coming into play. What is the cooldown on that thing? Jesus. 7 seconds. He is using it as efficiently as humanly possible, and it does manage to get Parker away. Prada can't say the same. He will be taken out, but...
It's, wax and Fogic, as they say. But, 25 seconds on the Roche. This is your moment. Parker is skulking. Sladen.
Oh, okay. They're gonna try. This is gonna cost them a lot of effort, though, to get this kill. Sladen was able to really draw them out, so there is a chance, but there's gonna be the black hole. They're on to Kataro, but he's able to be saved by his Aeon Disc. That's gonna keep him alive for now. There's the second black hole, though. They need some sort of cancel, but they don't have it. Kataro going to go down. No buyback available. Sebas, though, trying to get some damage. Oscar coming in as well. Desperately hitting onto Parker as hard as they can. It's just not hard enough. The snowball's gonna come in defensively. It's targeting Sebas, so they will stun him up. Can they finish him off, though? No, they can't. Parker's the one to die. Leo Style going down as well. And all of a sudden, Infinity, they've done it again. They've just kind of blown their opportunity. Buybacks now will come out in force, but the moment has passed. There's really not as much of an opportunity. Sebas goes down eventually, but he has buyback.
Yeah, and well, Parker kills him with the traps, I think, is why the XDs are coming out. But they are saying that with this Aegis, with this next Roche, this is going to be the end of the game. Of course, the Ags is finally Genix, but if they do not end in the next 80 seconds here, this is where the game will completely flip. This is where every buyback turns against you, and this is the desperate hold. The desperate hold versus the desperate end.
Well, I'm not really sure what the answer is, because Infinity, they took the tower and then they didn't really go for much more than that. So time is being bought in one way or another. 35 seconds for the Alchemist. If you are Infamous, you are just trying to wait as long as humanly possible. They've already thrown down the Nimbus ET. They're slowing him up here with the Spinner's Snare. I mean, it's only 20 seconds at this point. The Alch will be back. The game cannot end before he respawns. It just can't.
They're even glyphing for the racks, and well, there goes Genic.
They got the Spear into Parker. Defensive Snowball, though. Okay, that's going to keep him alive. Where is Frank in all this? He's still dead. Right, that's not super helpful position-wise. So, well, I don't know. I remember
See you later, nerds.
another situation where there was a Core Tusk and a Mirror Shield, and things ended up going very, very poorly for the team with the Tusk as Parker. He's going to be able to get himself away. Taro, did he not have the vision? Because he had an Abyssal.
Yeah, just wasn't able to follow up. A little peculiar, for sure, but
A BKB and a Refresher isn't enough for you to get the black hole play that you want. Shadowblade's probably not going to fix that, but whatever. He's already bought it. Sebas, meanwhile, went in for the pick. He's able to find Prada. No buyback available on that Disruptor, but now Sebas needs some help. He's going to be able to refresh his Blink, gets back up onto the high ground, and the Snowball, well, he was still BKB'd, so the Snowball actually doesn't affect him, and now Leo Style has to try and back off. Turns around for the Havoc Hammer, now goes for the Snowball play, gets the kick back onto Kataro, pulling him into the fight. Frank getting bashed up, though, not able to get his first black hole out. Now he'll deploy it. Kataro, though, well, he's not going to go down all that easily, but it looks like they will get him with the second black hole. Kataro will fall, buys back immediately. Meanwhile, the Broodmother caught in that black hole, but they don't manage to take him down. He still had his Aeon Disc up and running, so he is going to be able to survive. If they wait a little while longer, the double black hole will be there, but the Roche attempt is already potentially getting underway as Genic. He got himself caught, but he's got a Giant's Ring, so he is far from an easy kill. Defensive Snowball is going to keep him safe, but this does mean they lose control of this high ground vision spot, which makes the Roche attempt a little bit safer, and they are going to go for it.
and it's going to be a very big Primal Beast, but they're getting owned by the webs a little bit here, but Prada in.
Static deployed. Leo Style comes in. The black hole's going to be there. Kataro dropping. Can they finish him off? They get him with the pulverize. There's going to be a second black hole. Kataro's going to get taken down. Sebas falls as well. That might be it. That might just be enough. Oscar's going to get glimpsed back into the fight. They have to bring him down as well. Meanwhile, Parker, he's just going after Roche, but when the spider shows up right next to him, he is going to turn around for the damage, and he does manage to find him. So, Oscar dies. Parker, though, was standing in the Macropyre, so he actually goes down. Leo Style grabs the Aegis, dies immediately. I have lost the plot here. That's a second arena being deployed by Sebas. He's going to get the spear stun onto Leo Style, just trying to find his way out of it, as he'll throw down a third arena. And Sladen comes in from the rafters with the Thunder God's Wrath to find the kill. What in the world is happening right now? They are still somehow fighting their way through this, but it looks like eventually the resistance will be broken. Sebas goes down, Sladen will fall, and that might be the end of it. Oscar's just going to try and TP back to the base to defend what's left. But how do they do this? Just two heroes to hold. I suppose there is no Aegis on the opposing side, but I don't know if that matters.
I think this might just be it, but I think this is solidarity for the triple arena, you know. Sladen's gonna go down. I think the GGs are probably gonna fly any second now, but What a game. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. Yeah, it was going to be our final death. I think the GGs will fly as soon as, yeah, it's over. But really, crazy stuff. Even at the end there, of course, the arenas look great, but also just everybody dying to the pure damage macro fire at the end. I mean, eventually, at least it came down to a fight in the Roche. You know, nobody was passive. Nobody was able to really stand on their own high ground. They knew what their win objective. They knew that they didn't want to play versus another Aegis on the TA, but